Let it flow, let it flow, let it flow. Let's have your name. Let's have where you're joining us from. Yes, I can see Emanuela. I can see Mama Jackson. You are highly welcome. So glad you are here. So happy to have you. It's a joy, it's a blessing to have this time together. And I really, really thank God for the privilege He's given us to do this together. Your name and where you're joining us from. Please share on your status to tell everyone we have started. Let them know we have started. Let them know we have started. Let them know we have started. In 1, 2, 3 minutes. Please share on your status. Let everybody know we are live. We are live. We are live. Let them know we are live. Let them know we are live. I'm doing that now. We are not going to take time. We are not going to waste time. I'm doing that now. Let everyone know we are live. We are live. We are live. Take 1 minute, 2 minutes. Let's share. Let's share. Let's share. Let's share. Let everyone know we have started. Let everyone know we are live. Let's get that done in 1 or 2 minutes. All right. Very good to go. You can see, are you following? Please let me see your emojis. Thank you. All right. So we are live. Let's share on our status just to let some people know. Let me do that in 1 minute and then we begin. Glory be to God, whose name is to be praised forevermore. Okay. We are live. 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 2 minutes. Let's get that done. It's important others get to know everyone is connected. Okay. So now we are going to go. We're going to begin with a feedback from everyone. Today I'm not going to speak first. You're going to speak first. Then I speak next. Because of how special the day is, I would let us speak first, then I'll crown it.
Can everyone hear me very clearly? Please indicate with an emoji. Great. Okay. Thank you. Great. All right. Thank you. So here we are. I want to welcome Mobina. I want to welcome Mama Jackson, Joy, Chris. I'm grateful and glad that we are having this great time together. And I trust it to be very refreshing and blessed time that we will all have reasons to be grateful to God that we are here. So we're going to speak. I'm going to give the floor to everyone to just say something a minute or two about the journey so far from this monthly webinar series, how the journey have been for you, and what you it has helped you achieve or helped you realize, help you discover, help you develop, and that will be it. Then would proceed from there. This is important, and I'm intentionally letting us start from here because the things I'm going to say are going to be connected to the feedback we share from here. I've been getting a lot of this one-on-one, and I'm glad that Amafo is here. You're welcome. I'm glad that we have the opportunity to say it out. And just to mention that when you have an opportunity to speak, it is such a chance you shouldn't miss. It's such a chance you shouldn't miss. The privilege that you have in this room to say something that will inspire someone, say something that will bless someone. Your presence is registered. People hardly forget a contributor. That's a principle you should note. Somebody should write it for me in the comment. People hardly forget contributors. People hardly forget contributors. People hardly forget contributors. So um, if you have the mindset of a contributor, let me see fast fingers. You know that any opportunity you have to register your contribution is one you should grab, is one you should make the most of, is one you should quickly embrace, is one you should quickly take advantage of. So this opportunity we are given now to say, okay, say something, it's an opportunity to make a contribution that will make you to be remembered. Contributors are never forgotten. If we live our lives with the mindset of value, with the mindset of always seeking to be a blessing, lend our voice, add something to the ongoing conversation, make sure our voices are heard, it will count. It may not look like it counts, but it does. And this is important as we approach even the elections in our nation, Nigeria, for example, and many other African nations. Um, what you do counts, your contribution counts, your role counts. Let's not forget that. People do not forget contributors. Contributors are never forgotten. Contributors are never forgotten. I am a contributor. Can I see somebody write that on the comments? I am a contributor. I am a contributor. I am a contributor. You don't just see yourself like a fan. You don't just see yourself like a participator. Um, who is just participating idly from afar. You don't just see yourself like someone that is just following an event for following sake. Thank you, guys. I can see the fast fingers. I'm a contributor. So you have the mindset of a contributor, and that brings thoughtful consciousness. Please be noting these things down. Today's webinar is so special. You don't wait to start read from slides and all. Pick the points as I flow from the stream of my spirit. Contributors are never forgotten. And if you have the mindset of a contributor, you have the mindset of value. And contribution helps you to brings you into thoughtful consciousness. You can note that down. Thoughtful consciousness. Thoughtful consciousness. It helps you to be present. It helps you to be present. It's a very powerful quote I would like to draw attention to, which someone made yesterday. I saw yesterday. It says, be forgiving with your past. The past is done. You can do nothing about it. Be strict with your present. Don't waste the moment that you have. Be flexible with your future. There are many options and many ways of running into what God has ordained for you. Please share on your status that we are alive. Let people know that we have started. What am I talking about? Thoughtful consciousness. Be forgiving with your past. I ought to have started Giltop 10 years ago, but I only started 2 years ago. I forgive myself for the 8 years I missed and wasted, stretching myself one on one, not having a system to manage the many persons that were coming that made me even miss out on opportunities I should have maximized to scale beyond where we are now. But praise God, 2 years, God has been glorified, and many, many, many things have happened within the 2 years, for which we're very grateful, right? So be forgiving with your past. That's another lesson. Please, somebody should write that for us in the comments. Be forgiving with your past. When you think of the past, let it just be gratitude. Forgive yourself, forgive others. What you have missed, you have missed. Lamenting, regretting over the past will not do any good. Obina, thank you so much for putting up that flyer for me. You can put it up again. So what are we saying? Be forgiving with your past. Thank you, Amafol. Great. Be forgiving with your past. It's a lesson you should know. Somebody should put that in the comment. We have said I am a contributor. We have said contribution brings you into thoughtful consciousness. And now we are saying, how should you treat your past? Your past is a very important part of your life. There's no tomorrow without a yesterday. Be forgiving with your past. Some of you feel I've wasted time. I wish I knew better. Be forgiving with your past. The second principle is be strict with your present. Be strict with your present. And that is where you need a very heavy hammer of accountability on your life, to take your life very seriously. Take what you are doing very seriously. Be strict with your present. The present is so important because that is what determines tomorrow. And what has passed has passed. But the now that God has now given you is your second chance. It's your fresh opportunity. It's the fresh. So somebody can help me put that on the comment as well. Be strict with your present. Be strict with your present. You are not supposed to be strict with other people and put demands on them. You are not them. You don't know what their goal is. You don't know what they are pursuing. You don't know what they are living up to. Yeah. So you leave them to following what they want to do. But you should make sure you don't joke with your own life, the one life God has given you. You can be a roommate with someone, a friend with someone. You can be someone that is very close, a sibling and what have you. But you have a personal responsibility for your destiny, and your assignment is different. The weight of the calling, the assignment that you have is completely different. And that requires a level of strictness with your present, a level of intentionality about your time, a level of aggression about your now, because you have now. Jesus said, "The night cometh when no man can walk. I must walk the walk of him that sent me." In quote, while it is day. Be strict with your present. The day will not be forever. It's a window. It's a window. Today is not permanent. 16th of June will not permanently pause. 2026 is already ticking. We are just hours away from moving from 16th to 17th. Be strict with your presence, guys. That requires systems like this. We give frameworks, we give exercises, what to do, and then sometimes selective coaching programs you subscribe to. You are drilled and given books you have to read and contribute. And these are things that bring a level of strictness, a level of seriousness to your life, to your work, to your sense of mission, sense of purpose, sense of calling. And it's not something you should play with at all. The people that are flippant, the people that are nonchalant, the people that do not take their present seriously are subscribing for a future they will regret. Somebody can note that. Those who don't take their present seriously are subscribing for a future they will regret. Those who don't take their present seriously are subscribing for a future they will regret. You don't want to live a life you will regret. You want to live a life that will be celebrated. And what should you do? It is important that you are intentional to say, no, I don't want to live my life in regret. I want to live my life in fulfillment. Um, that is why it is important to be strict with the present. The third and final point is be flexible with the future. Be flexible with the future. Be flexible with the future. Somebody should put that in the comment. Be flexible with the future. This is so profound and this is so important. The future has a lot of things inside of it. Jeremiah speaking, God was speaking through him. I know the thoughts I think towards you. You don't know. Your parents don't know. Your friends don't know. They think they know. That's why they label you. You are shy. You are an introvert. You are a this. You are a that. All those stereotypes and labels people put on you. They don't really know you. They don't really know you. They are just seeing you. Nobody really knows you. The one who manufactured you is the one who knows you, and he knows what he has coded into your destiny, coded into your ordination, coded for you to fulfill. It is extremely important for you to know that no, this destiny you have to fulfill is not something anybody knows and anybody can conclude on. That they have known you, this is who you are. They don't know you. It's your manufacturer that knows you. There are many layers and many sides to who you are that the world has not yet seen. It is very important that we are flexible about the future. I studied pharmacy. What I'm doing is not what you are trained to do in pharmacy. Um, if you walk by stereotypes, there are many layers of yourself you will never find. Um, you will never find because you allow the world to label you and you just feel this is all there is. And these are descriptions of aspects of your person. They are not a conclusive label to say this is all you've got, this is who you are, and that's it. No, that's not what it is. So you are much more than a medical doctor. You are much more than an engineer. You are much more than a student. You are much more. Please share your status. We are live. We are live. We are live. Let everyone join us. You have the link. Please join. You know, extremely important. Extremely important to know that the future needs a very serious level of flexibility. You should ensure um, that you are not so rigid about this is all there is. This is all there is. I can't go beyond this. You can. You can reinvent yourself. You can. You can move beyond where you are. You can. You can grow. You can. You can unlearn. You can relearn. You can move from where you are currently to where you ought to be. You can. You can make the shift. 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 You can make the change. Be flexible about the future. Very critical. Very important. And I expect every single one of us to have that mindset that change is possible for the better. Moses was 80 when he started again. Abraham was 70 when he was called out to start again. 75. So change is really possible. Really. If I see the age of our African leaders, some of you have not taken note of that. So it's extremely important to know that there is a great opportunity to reinvent yourself, to become all that you ought to be, and to break every shell. I think that's one big thing about what we are called to do at Giltop. Building people, raising leaders, transforming nations. You don't build first until you break the ground. You break the ground, you excavate, you remove the things that are not necessary and not needed. What have we said? We said before giving about your past, be strict with your present and be flexible with your future. That was a statement by James Clear. All right, I think I've said a lot of things already. Let's hear from the room. And as I have said, the mindset of contribution is what drives what we're doing. So it's important you say something so you are not forgotten. Your silence doesn't make you to miss out on the opportunity to be remembered on an important day like this. Lend your voice. One lesson, two lesson, whatever you have to say will count. All right. So where do we start from? Do we go alphabetically? I'm seeing the names on my screen. I'm a fool. You can speak. This series you've been following for some time, joined for some months. How has it been like for you? What has been the experience? Maybe what one or two things have you learned, and what has inspired you so far from the Giltop series we've been doing, and what will you like to tell others participants who are just joining us for the first time? Please, you can use the comments to write your name, where you are joining us from. When Amafol is done, Emmanuel, you can unmute and speak after Amafol. After Emmanuel, we have Chris, and then we have Daniel, we have Wamai. These ones, I know they've been attending and they can say something. Thank you. Amafol, you can speak now if you're hearing me.
Good evening, Sam, and thank you for the opportunity thus far. Um, yes, Sam. So far with my stay here in Giltop, it has been an amazing experience with with the family. I've been able to learn a couple of things with regarding starting life after school, and how to mediate through the phase from living the school life and then learning how to come up with uh, a life as a as a career person or an employee, because Giltop has helped equip me with knowledge on a lot of things that were vague or were not at my fingertips. I was able to learn some I was able to gain information on a lot of things with regard how to prepare or how to equip myself for better work in my field, the way to relate with people, how to go with the environment in the way that it makes me stand out in the profession or within my colleagues at the place of work. And with regard to the lesson today, the topic of discussion today, the part of being contributors, that stood out for me because it called my attention to how being a contributor makes you stand out and then makes you being noticed. So it's something I would do more so as to maximize this particular knowledge. Thank you very much, sir.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Chris, can we hear you, please?
So good evening, sir, and good evening, everyone. It's always a privilege to sit under you and to learn. If I can really describe my experience since I joined Giltop, I think no words or no sentence can really express how grateful I am for this institute. Throughout my journey here, I think if there's something that I have learned and I have hold dearly is the mindset of growth and how I should be very much intentional with it. And another aspect of the entire program which has really speak much volume to me is in line with what you shared today. Impact. One must live for a cause greater than self alone. And this is something that Giltop has really hammered on over the years. It has
We are no longer hearing you. I guess it's a network challenge.
enabled me to see beyond my career. Beyond what I've learned in class, my brother and brother share. And
I guess his network is a bit weak. So let's we'll take him later when the network is stable and better. Can we hear from Daniel? Daniel, can you hear us? You can unmute and speak. Chris, I'll get back to you. The network was fluctuating, so we're not hearing you at the point. Daniel, are you ready? All right, if Daniel is not there, or maybe he can't speak where he is currently, you can drop a comment. Can we hear from Emmanuel? Emmanuel, you've been following this webinar. Can you share anything you've learned and how it has been for you? You can unmute and speak, Emmanuel. All right, if Emmanuel is not where he can speak or he can follow us, can we hear from Pharmacist Bomai? Pharmacist Bomai, you're welcome. You can share and then we'll go back to Chris if his network is stable.
Hello.
And we'll proceed. Thank you.
Okay. Hello. Thank you very much. Can you hear me? Hello. Can you hear me?
We can hear you, sir. Go ahead.
Hello.
We can hear you very clearly. Go ahead, sir.
Sincerely speaking, I want to take this opportunity to appreciate you and also appreciate this initiative. Sincerely speaking, I've known you for long and I've learned from you in so many aspects since when we were in school, but this time around in a different perspective. Sincerely speaking, I'm the kind of person that love doing things on the ground or at the background per se, to say. But since I joined this Giltop, actually I've learned a lot, and one thing that I learned is being consistent, and as well as not just to be a consumer, but to be a contributor. And sincerely speaking, I've learned to forgive myself, because sometimes I used to blame the system that how I'm being brought up, or some of the things that I actually go through. But since I joined this Giltop, I've learned a lot, and I try to forgive myself and just to keep on building. And I believe that I can contribute. I will not limit myself. I believe I have something to offer. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. That was a massive one. God bless you greatly. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. All right, you can mute your mic now. Daniel, are you ready to go now? If Daniel is not ready, we can go back to Chris. If his network is stable, I can see our very beloved Pastor Victor Douglas, Bishop. I celebrate you greatly, and I'm very grateful you're here. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Chris, back to you. We didn't hear you clearly. Please, can you come back again to give you an update if the network is stable from your end now. All right, if it's not, let's hear from Obi now. Obi, you are welcome. Thank you for, I will mention your name later to say some of the major role you've played as a contributor. Let's hear from Obi now. One or two words from you.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Should I say coming across Giltop was strategic in the sense that it was heavily planned, because I could remember coming across the chairperson in the person of Pastor Moses Ogenyi coming to SGNI to preach. And while he was preaching, to take a topic that has to do with growth and personal development. And while that was going on, I had his contact and I was like going through his profile. That's the WhatsApp profile. Went to the chat section. I saw the level up programs. And I sent a message that I'm willing to join this. And he told me the price and everything. I ended up getting it out of scholarship, and I really appreciate that opportunity because it opened me up to growth. And after that, it has been growth upon growth, learning, mentorship, just like someone that has held my hand since then. And I'm super grateful to him. And it was even more impactful also when I started out the Life and Growth series. He was one of the first persons I reached out to. I was like, this is what I would love to start, because we had 6 months program on different parts of development that has to do with purpose, marriage, and the rest. And one of the things that he said is, go ahead, I'm with you. Any support that you need, let me know. And that was what abetted the Life and Growth series, because of his support. But like in any capacity, just let me know. I'm with you. So I'm super grateful to Github Consults for the monthly webinar, for every session, for every training. I'm super grateful. It has inspired much growth and personal development in my life. So thank you so much. More growth and more personal development to everyone that I encounter Giltop Global Consults. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. I'm so grateful. Thank you, sir. God bless you. God bless you. And I appreciate the role, the great collaborative role we've all played. Maybe we should take one final one. I don't know. Our very beloved Bishop, Pastor Victor Douglas, is here. I don't know if you can say anything, sir, from the series you followed so far. How has it been? And if you're in a place where you can speak, maybe you can say something. Otherwise, it's fine. You can drop a comment. Thank you, sir.
All right, sir. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, sir. Thank you so much. It's a great joy for me to be here. It has really been a moment of impact ever since I joined this program. Last year, something started burning in my heart concerning growth and impact influence. And all of a sudden, this webinar came up, and then following it caused a shift in my mind, a drastic one. And then I've always longed for the third Tuesdays of every month just to see that I am part of this growth system. This is a system that God has initiated for us on earth. And I trust that everyone who is part of this will definitely grow if they are intentional. And just to thank the set man, the chairperson, the one who God has used to establish this platform. Thank you so much, sir, for the sacrifice. I was reading the 2 years short story that was posted, and I was just grateful for consistency, for persistency, for growth, for neglecting challenges, and the desire to push forward, to see people grow, to see lives change. Thank you is not enough if we're going to just say that, but may God continue to reward and bless this platform. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, everyone. God bless you.
We are really, really grateful, sir. Thank you. So we may not have the time to do all the speaking, to do all the talking. So we'll just really, really flow and see. As we share the story, the lessons, and everything. I'm trusting God to help us pick inspiration for the future and for the next steps ahead, because there's always next step ahead. There's always next step ahead. Life is a journey. We've said a lot. I'm grateful for everyone here. I can see Mr. Joseph Langs. Thank you so much for joining us all the way from Plateau. Thank you, sir. I can see Hilary. I can see Monica. I celebrate you all. Thank you so much for your consistency in being part of this journey. And I'm seeing Joy. Joy, maybe I should give you a minute or two to say something, so I don't break my flow of thoughts when I start speaking. Are you in a place where you can speak? If your network is okay, you can say a word or two on how has it been for you since we started. You can unmute and speak if where you are it's okay for that. Otherwise, I can proceed. You can indicate with an emoji and I can proceed. All right. Whenever you are ready to speak, you can let me know. Maybe towards the end, we'll give one more opportunity for that. Life is for contribution. Somebody made reference to that. It's one driving philosophy that I have lived with and I am living with, that has made me, if you see me on that, not relenting in any area, firing on all cylinders, being intentional about. Thank God for my wife and everyone that know me very closely. And one thing I'm very particular about, which we mentioned, is the law of contribution, the law of value, that God will call us to accountability for every gift He has given us, every opportunity He has given us, and every resource He has given us. And He expects, yes, an expectation from God for every opportunity that we have. Not everyone is that fortunate. Not everyone is that enlightened. Not everyone is that blessed and privileged to have even the little privilege that we have. The driving philosophy has been to see how we transform the outcome in our nations, looking at the continent of Africa and all that is happening, looking at terrorism, looking at the rate of crime, looking at our society, and looking at how bewildered people are. Let me just bring this up in a bit. We will know that there's a big need to really, really be intentional about contribution, because everything is affected by everything. There is the please fly an emoji if you can see the slides. There's the big if you can see the slide, please fly an emoji. I'm already done. Just to share a brief thought. Thank you. As we celebrate God's faithfulness for bringing us into 2 years, the little history of how we came here and why we are here is as a result of the need to contribute, the need to give value, and the need to improve whatever we have seen in people and we have seen around us. I want to thank. I'll mention as many names as possible. I want to thank everyone that has been joining us for these 2 years. Please, can we clap and appreciate ourselves using the emoji? Thank you so much for believing in this vision. Thank you, Bishop Douglas. Thank you so much, Emmanuel, Amafo, Hilary, Thank you, Sergio Langs. Thank you so much, Francis Mama, Joy, Chris. Thank you, everyone. It's such a blessing. It's such a blessing to see well-meaning Nigerians. Thank you, Daniel. With a heart for growth, a heart for excellence, for commitment. And I'm so super grateful. Okay, Chris, noted. The network issue is noted. Thank you. And that shows resilience. Even with the network challenge, you are still here. You are still contributing. So I am super grateful to everyone for being part of this journey. It has really been fulfilling for me and for my family. One of the major things, oh, Chris has dropped a very lengthy update. Okay. Talked about contribution. He talked about the privilege to learn. It talks about mindset of growth. It talks about impact, being a contributor, living beyond self. I like the word hammer. We have hammered on that. There's almost no series we don't talk about that. It's a permanent hammer. It's a permanent hammer. Yeah, where we are as a continent, because contributors are few, producers are few, and it has brought enslavement to nations. It has brought setback to nations. It has kept nations under slavery, under debt, and under development, under resourced. People are living below the dignity they should be living with because of the little and minimum contribution that we are bringing to the table. It's making us not to have a voice, and this hammer is helping to shape the mindset and the future of young African professionals to wake up to responsibility and to change that narrative. And I'm so happy for what everyone here is doing to contribute to transforming our nations. Living for a greater cause, Chris says, just as Amafol have shared, he can hit his chest and say, yeah, he navigated his life after school majorly because of the lessons he has learned. Glory be to God. Thank God for this powerful feedback from Chris. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, everyone. I'm so blessed listening to everyone. And it's a time for me to say my own thank you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for believing in us. Thank you for coming consistently. There's a guy called Mohammed Ali Inua. Mohammed came to the pharmacy I was working in. I was doing my master's program in 2018. And so in the morning I go for coursework, and then in the evenings I go for my work, part-time work. And he came to this particular pharmacy. When he came to the premise where I was, and he needed the first aid box for to go for a practical in first aid to teach corpers. There were some core members who registered for a course called HSC, Health, Safety and Environment. And this was a business school happening in Agency for Mass Literacy opposite around Federal Secretariat, opposite Sakashim, former Sakashim College. So inside that Agency for Mass Literacy is where these professional courses are happening. Professional diploma in human resource management, professional diploma in HSC, health, safety and environment, and then the CILG course, Chartered Institute of Leadership and Governance by the United States. They had an expression where they train people on leadership, military people, humanitarian workers and stuff. So Mr. Mohammed walked in, and when he got the first aid box, he said, please can you come and speak to the core members on first aid to do a practical for them? He just watched me for less than a minute, attending to some persons. And I said, okay, where is the place? I don't think I've ever been to Agency for Mass Literacy that time, that institute. So when he gave me the address, on Saturday I was there, and I met all those exciting core members. That was the year 2018. The rest is history. I opened my mouth to share with them what they needed to know about first aid. And as a core member, I had trained, was invited to a school to train the staff on first aid before. Went with my slide and did that. Provided a couple of trainings around that. And as a core member in Nasarawa State, more than 9 years ago, I remember taking some professional course, certification course. It's a school called Formazion Business School. So that's the small history. And that was the chapter, the expression of the school in my degree that at that time, and I didn't know Mr. Aliu served in Niger State. He also took some courses with them, and he's now the state coordinator for Borno. and he needed to do that. So when I got this from this school, I also took some certification courses with them during my NYC. So they have an expression here. Here are these core members that are now students, and they want to take this practical, and I did it. What I noticed was the corporate strike comments. This year session was wonderful. I need mentorship. How can I go about this? How can I go about that? One person, another person, another person. And Mr. Liu called me the next set, please come and teach the HSC course fully. And then I found myself every Saturday, Agency for Mass Literacy, different sets of core members. Well, that little interaction that happened briefly in that premise bettered a commitment of more than 7 years. I've always used part of my Saturdays to go and talk to those corpers, different set of corpers who schooled in different part of the world, not just in Nigeria. At every set, we have interaction around HSC, around CRM, customer relations management, around CILG, and there's no set that we don't get feedback to say, how can I do this? Please, I need guidance. I need to be mentored. I need direction. And now I do some simple experiments. How many of you studied the course of your choice or are fulfilled to say, this is what I always wanted to do that I did in school? Less than 5%. So there are many questions I ask, many quick surveys I carried out, thought patterns I saw in our young graduates, early career professionals that were very recurrent. I got strong emails from core members. Some I will tell my wife, this call is becoming very strong. I need to do something about it. I can't afford to schedule everyone on a one-on-one. I can't manage that effectively. The call has grown to a level where, so that was how I got the push from God and inspiration to create a system to manage. I have my youth in church and many other people from various expressions who are strongly connected to what God is doing in and through us. And now a stream of young career professionals who really desire growth, really desire to see a change, and they're genuinely needing a helping hand. There are many things we take for granted that people know, what they really don't, as they should, and we shouldn't blame them. That was what bettered Giltop 2 years ago. I remember sharing Mr. Johnson Aluko in Ilorin. I appreciate him so much. Mr. Abraham Ogenyi, one of my very, very dearest mentors for many years now. He spoke to us in one of the webinars last month. Shared with him the strategy, the concept, the boarding, and they were very supportive. My wife as well, and I'm really grateful for that. Since we started June last year, 2 years ago, it's been amazing. I don't want to speak about numbers. I want to speak about people. I want to speak about you, lives that have been transformed, people that have been enlightened, just as we've heard from the feedback. So that's the little story about that. So problems are pointers to purpose. Somebody should put that in the comment section. Problems are pointers to purpose. Goliath was a problem. It was a pointer to David's purpose. There's a purpose behind every problem, and there's an opportunity connected to every problem. It's just like flipping a coin, just the other side of the coin, the way we see things. Most of the things we lament, complain about in Africa, bad governance, bad leadership, they are pointers. Thank you. Problems are pointers to purpose. You see directionlessness, you see nonchalant attitude from young people, you see drug addiction. I'm a pharmacist by training. There are many things I've seen in society amongst young people, family life, children, early career professionals, businesses, leadership that have really caught my attention, and I'm beginning to discover different layers of my purpose in connection to how that problem can be solved. And that is important. So this necessitated what we are doing, and you keep learning many things. You spend late nights studying, learning, finding and developing the gift that you have to be a blessing. And in that, in being a blessing, you find a level of fulfillment that you never would have had. So I want to thank all our major contributors, which is you. You are a major contributor for showing up. You have encouraged us for showing up. You have believed in us for showing up. You have shown that we have African professionals that are serious-minded, that are growth-minded, that are contributor and value-driven minded, and that believe that better is possible for Africa, better is possible for Nigeria, better is possible for our nation. And we are striving to ensure we grow our capacity beyond the government. That whatever government can do, fine. Whatever they can do, we don't leave our life to fate in the hand of government or in the hand of relatives or family members to become victims of the system. We reinvent ourselves to ensure we live above systemic challenges. It's possible to live above systemic challenges. It's possible to live above them. The insights from the journey so far, someone has spoken about consistency. I'm so grateful for how God has helped us to keep showing up. Sometimes we travel a lot from different contexts. We started a bit late today. I am currently away. So traveling from different places, different time zones, following all of this, it's by the help of God that we have stayed consistent, because we believe in Africa. We believe in our young people. We believe that the best and the greatest resource we have is not the minerals in the soil, but the people that God have given us. And if we can transform the mindset of our people, there's nothing that can stop us. Please fly an emoji if you're still here and if you're following. Thank you for your great contribution. Thank you for the insights, and thank you for the feedback. We're going to be closing in a few minutes. Let me just run quickly on next steps. For us, everything has been about people. People. The value we provide to people. Life is about contribution. There was this podcast Femi Lazarus used to have, Declassified, and he hosted a man called Ogenyi, Pastor Ogenyi, recently. And he said something very striking that caught my attention about contribution, that even when people die, everything about the human body completely decomposes and gives back to the system. So people shouldn't wait to die before they start contributing. They should start contributing now that they are alive. When people die, they are forced to contribute. All what they have been eating from the soil, eating from the earth, goes back to the earth. I was deeply touched when I had that. Deeply touched. Maybe just the bones and the teeth and the rest that may remain, but everything goes back to the system, like a feedback loop, like a cycle. This contribution is a must. Life is meaningless when we choose to just focus on ourselves. Being a lake stinks. Being a river that flows, excuse me, is what gives birth to freshness. So the freshness that we ought to exude from our lives only come as we flow. As you have something doing, you are a core member, what is your contribution? As a corper, what can you do to help the students you are teaching? I tell those guys in my class, till today, Formazion have not left me. They still call me for come to still take those same core members. Different set. If I'm not around, if I'm not in town, I'm away or I'm out, we find systems to have it online. Mr. Liu have been amazing. He has gone on FM radio stations to talk about that school and the amazing feedback from them. I'm so grateful for that one expression. I'm so grateful for the SGNI Nation and Apostle Jonathan Lagang in absentia for the amazing role that he has also played in helping to celebrate, discern, discover, and really give a channel of expression to what we are doing. I want to really celebrate and thank him. Bishop Douglas is here as well, also a key leader from the SGNI Nation. Thank you so much. These are things I do not take for granted at all. And many others, the Faculty of Pharmacy, UNIMED, there's a time I was invited to speak there. From them, some persons connected, and it's been amazing. What I see is the consistency also, that from every stream, I just see that the same people from that 2 years. I'm so grateful for that relationship, for that continuity of impact. My classmate and friend and colleague is here, pharmacist Omar Jackson. He works with the University of Maiduguri Teaching Hospital. He has been a hospital pharmacist for over 10 years. Somebody I respect very profoundly. Father of father of 4 children. An amazing man of humility, an amazing man of character. I'm so blessed always seeing him here. So it's about value, it's about building, it's about people. It's about people. And as we are saying, whatever level where you are, you can contribute. You can contribute your time, you can contribute your skills, you can contribute your service, you can contribute your ideas. Money is just one of the things, it's not the only thing. If you have the mindset of a contributor, you will always see an opportunity to make a difference. The little maid in the house of Naaman just said, "Oh, I wish my master could go to the prophet in Israel. He will be cured of his leprosy." That was all she said. But that was a major contribution that changed the life of that man forever. The man was a mighty warrior. He was a captain. He was wealthy. This girl was a slave in the house. She didn't relegate herself. I'm just a slave. What can I say? What can they say? So as we look at next steps, everything is geared towards contribution. We have G Club, we have G Cap, we have G Lab. G Club is the graduate career level up program. We started this year. How did G Club start? My wife went for her master's program one of the days and came back and shared a story with me of how a boy was embarrassed by a faculty officer of a particular department. He came to collect his result and he couldn't write a very simple letter. He was asked to write to collect his result. She shared the story in a very dramatic way in passing um, with me, and I was very disturbed, very, very disturbed the whole of that day. So, please fly an emoji if you can hear me. We'll soon close. I said, what? I put myself in the shoe of the father of that boy. This young boy has graduated. He needs to collect his result. Thank you, Sir Hilary. Thank you so much, Joy. Thank you, Sir Joe. Nice, all the way from Los Angeles. I celebrate all of you. Um, I put myself in the shoe of the father of this boy. Um, what is the problem? This boy has graduated. He's here to collect his result. He's not here because he has a carryover. Um, see how he was being embarrassed. This is a big problem. If to write a simple letter and collect his results, he's facing this kind of challenge. How can this boy match the global firepower from competitors, global competitors, applying for the same job he will go and apply for? People from Pakistan, from India, from China. Those are the people you are now competing with in the global space. You are no longer the only one. Now, the world has, the technology has made it so that we are up against a very, more graduates are being churned out yearly. And the competition is no less than it used to be in terms of jobs and in terms of opportunities that are out there. How can this boy cope with life as he is? And what are the factors that have made it so? It troubled me so much. That was what gave birth to G Club, graduate career level up program. Can we create something to solve this kind of problem? Can we create something to help people in this category, to help them level up the gap between their certificate and their competence? This guy already has a certificate in his hand, but he doesn't have the competence to match the certification he already has. This is such a big problem, and we shouldn't just condemn them and say it's malpractice. Not everybody in that category are in that category because they cheated. Some people didn't cheat. They were disciplined enough to do the root cramming. They cram their way, cram their way, cram their way, write the exam and go, and that's all. And the system of education can so produce people that may have that level of disadvantage. And you don't know the stories of people, their foundations, the opportunities they did not have from their elementary education that affected how they write, how they speak. The basic things that should be in place in effective communication is not there. But the person is already a graduate. I remember asking someone, you studied this course. These were the competencies in the vacancies I sent you. Why didn't you reflect it in your cover letter? I said, sir, I cannot confidently say I can do those things. That's why I didn't reflect it. Please fly an emoji if you can hear me. So that was a massive gap that needed to be leveled up, that needed to be breached. That we have certified people, traditionally certified, in their numbers, that we are supposed to churn into the nation to give, to transform the nation. the GDP, productivity, but they are really stuck. They are really helpless. The basic things we assume and take for granted that they should know, they really and sincerely don't. What can we do about them? Should we send them back to 100 level? No, they have paid school fees, they have gone through classes, gone through assignment. For some, we can say miracle center, malpractice, and what have you. That is one strand. And what to do about it. The government have a role, parents have a role, school have a role. For some, they just manage their way, the way they knew how best. They read, they cram, they try, they survive, and now they are finally out. What do you do with them now? And that was how we created G Club, and we had the first cohort this year. And I celebrate everyone that was a part of it. It was a transformative experience, bridging that gap. And my joy is that this gap is being bridged. As we see in our young professionals, people are beginning to have the confidence and the competence to match the level of certification they already have in a meaningful way that can help them contribute to society. We can't collect back certificate from them and say, go back. They already have it, but they need to wake up and grow up to the responsibility that comes with it, and that bridge that gap. Then we have the GCAP, Graduate Career Accelerator Program, and we've had 2 cohorts for that. And it's been amazing. We had the GMPM. GMPM is the Graduate Marriage Preparedness Masterclass. We've had 2 cohorts for that. We have the GBLAB, Graduate Business and Leadership Accelerator for businesses and leaders. We have some people in the waiting list for that one. But it's been amazing to see how different problems were identified and a solution was created around that problem. So projects and programs must never be disconnected from people. Somebody can note that down. If you have an idea, you're a young founder, you're a young visionary, always connect your projects to people, connect your programs to people, how it can improve people, how it can better the life of people, how it can help people be the best of who they are created to be. The world will be missing if you were not here. I believe many of you, everyone here is gifted in something that I am not, and I need to, get that benefit from you. You need to get that benefit from me in the area of my strength, in the area of your strength. You need to bring in your contribution. We all have. So connect it to people. Connect it to people. Let's not wait till we are late before we start contributing. We are forced to contribute by nature. No, because death have come. Now that we are alive, let our life count. Let's be effective with the mindset of value and the mindset of giving back to people. As we round up, 3 closing insights, which I already mentioned from the beginning. Fly an emoji if you can hear me. Simple closing insights. Be forgiving with your past. I wish I started Giltop 20 years ago. I wish I started Giltop 20 years ago. I have a lot of missed opportunities. Some of the people that came really seeking direction, I guided one-on-one WhatsApp contact, and the contact was missed for some reason. Some would change their line, some changed their number, some phone was stolen, some, there was no system for helping their growth, follow-up, accountability consistently. So I really, really wished that happened, but forgive whatever, and that's where we always start from. I tell you, wish you studied a different course, you wish you graduated with the first class, you wish you knew better, you wish you had friends who had shaped you earlier in the line of purpose. But if that was not the case, forgive yourself, forgive others, and move on. Forgiveness is therapeutic. It heals. It heals. It heals. It heals. Hurting people hurt other people. If you don't heal and you are hurting, you cannot. It's like a stench. It's bitter waters that will flow from that stream. Poisonous water that will flow from that stream. It's like a pipe that is dirty, and you are piping precious water through that pipe. The problem is not from the source, it's with the pipe, it's with the channel. The outcome is going to be polluted, contaminated. That water will cannot serve the purpose it's supposed to serve. So you need to forgive your parents. You need to forgive those who raised you. Forgive yourself for the opportunities you have missed. This is very profound. The second pillar I spoke about at the introduction, which I want to wrap up this with, is be strict with your present. This is important. And it's one of the things I hammer, because when you talk about contribution, you now talk about what you're supposed to contribute. It means you have the mindset that I have something, ownership, responsibility, take ownership. It's called superpower leverage. Find your strength, and leverage on that strength, deploy that strength. The young lad in John 6 had just 5 bread and 2 fish. He didn't despise that. He put it in the hand of Jesus. That produced the miracle that the world has not recovered from. The story is still being told again and again and again. That the little, I really love that song. It has inspired me over the years. This little light of mine. Somebody should help me put in the comments. I will let my light shine, or I will shine my light. I will shine my light. I will shine my light. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. I will shine my light. Can I say that? I will shine my light. 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 We all have our light. We all have what God has given us. Deploy it, develop it, use it. Peter says, such as I have, I give you in the name. Rise up and walk, talking to the man at the beautiful gate. Shining your light means a sense of ownership, a sense of gratitude. One of the biggest thank you can tell God for making you who he has made you is to use what he has given you. Yeah, despising what he has given you is one of the biggest signs of ingratitude. It's one of the biggest signs of being ungrateful. It's one of the biggest signs of being unthankful. It's one of the biggest signs of saying, God, you didn't try for me. I don't have anything. Or what I have is worthless. What I have is not important. And that's the mindset Africans have. You know, even from the village, you visit village now, people will wear their worst clothes and come and tell you, my son, it's not easy. Oh, this village, my children, they have not eaten. The other one needs school fees. The other one, that mindset of deficiency, that mindset of thinking we are the worst, that mindset of thinking others are better is terrible. You visit any facility, the people taking you around, government hospital, primary health care, they don't emphasize on what is working and what is positive. As you are seeing, we don't have drugs. As you are seeing, we don't have this. As you are seeing, we need money, we need funding, and that approach to life puts us at a disadvantage. Beggars have no option. Beggars have no option. It is the worst leftovers that come to beggars. At the table of greatness, we shouldn't bring the mindset of being beggarly. We shouldn't bring the mindset of deficiency. We shouldn't bring the mindset of I do not have. Christ was speaking and said, the one who does not have, even what he has will be taken away from him. It's a sign of being ungrateful. The effectiveness of our communication is only by acknowledging every good thing that we have. So I want to challenge you to be strict with your present by discovering, developing, and deploying what you already have. That is the key to every other thing you do not have, what you already have. The first time David entered the palace, he didn't enter as a king. He didn't enter as a warrior killer, the killer of Goliath. He entered as a musician. What gift do you have that you have despised? Music was what? Nobody knew this guy was a warrior. Nobody knew he had killed a lion before. Nobody knew he had killed a bear before. This young lad that can play the harp very well, let him come and play for us. That was all they knew about him. And that was, please fly an emoji if you're hearing me. I don't want anybody to lose me on this. We're already closing. It's a very deep, deep, deep passion that I have. And the philosophy I've driven my life over the years. The philosophy of being a country. The little you know, somebody doesn't know. The little you know, as a core member, you see these secondary school children, they are just living their life as if there's not, they're in complete ignorance. And if these are the people that will be fathers and mothers tomorrow, governors and leaders tomorrow, our nation is already in trouble with this mindset that they have. How can you help them? What can you do? So be strict with your presence. Maximize. I appreciate the fact that you could be anywhere. You could be maybe watching the World Cup or going for an event, but you choose to be here. And I really celebrate that. Forgive your past, but be present in your present. Give your best. Work while it is there. Make the most of the time that you have now. Make the most of the time that you have now, because this present is what we guarantee the future that we are talking about. The next is flexibility with the future. Navigating the future comes with uncertainty. There's what we call VUCA world. Now they've added T to it. It's now VUCAT, VUCAT world. Volatility, uncertainty, complexity, ambiguity, and threat. How the world is completely and constantly unpredictable. the confusing and confounding factors are multiplying every day. The war in Ukraine affected the price of bread in Nigeria. Can you see how connected the world is? The war happening in US and the rest of them, Russia and what have you, has affected the price of fuel. You know how much gas is in Nigeria now. That's the connectivity of the world that we're talking about. And there are nations that are upstream that are completely benefiting from whatever change that happens. They are at the advantage, they are the side of advantage. Whatever change that happens, they are the side of advantage because they produce, so they put any price on their product. You need bread, you need wheat, you need food, you will pay any price for it. You need gas, you need fuel, you need commodities. You don't have enough refinery capacity, you pay. So the dependency on external aid and help from outside is connected to that slavery and uncertainty and oppression and anxiety that we see in our young people. So what can we do? Be forgiving with the past, be strict with the present, be flexible with the future. Things will keep happening in the world globally, disease, outbreak, and what have you. But with commitment to growth and the mindset of giving value, we will never ever be stranded or never ever have a reason to regret, because the pipe that passes water can never run dry. And the truth is, I am way better than I used to be. Doing all of this that we've been doing, we have seen value and we are grateful for the journey so far. Thank you so much. Let me see your emojis flying. That was for us today. We will be having more sessions and more guest speakers on our Giltop webinars. We had Mr. Abraham Ogenyi last month. We'll be having more. As I said, G Club is there. You can share with people who need. GCAP is there. GLab is there. But the core vision is about people. And we are now defining bespoke, customized, specific strength finder sessions and programs to even help individuals who really need to get unstuck and find their way. And there are books and resources. There's a graduate career guide. There's the cost of inaction and many others. Many of them are free to download from my seller link. You can get them to read and transform your mind. Most of our past episodes are on YouTube. I want to thank Mr. Emmanuel Ali, Mr. Amafol. They have designed some of our flyers before, some of our webinar flyers before. Mr. Emmanuel designed the first one for June that we started. And when he joined, he said, "Sir, is it what you intend to be doing? Oh, please, I'll be doing every episode for you for free. You don't have to pay anything." Mr. Emmanuel is very outstanding. People have been calling me from Abuja and different places. Where are we making these designs from? There was this Agents of Change Global that had to call him and give him a remote offer. Asked me for a recommendation that they want him to be on their team to work with them remotely. He's working with them remotely now. Agents of Change International is writing international magazines to over 63 nations. He's the one designing most of their work from Giltop. They discovered him and the amazing work he's doing, and I celebrate Emmanuel for the amazing work he has been doing. Amafol has designed some design for us as well, and I am really thankful to you for that support. We have Mr. Obina, amazing Mr. Obina. Most of all our videos you are finding on YouTube have been prepared by Mr. Obina. The link, he prepares them and sends them, coordinates the recording, the editing, the thumbnails. It's a lot of work. Please let's celebrate him for being of that great support. Many times you have missed a webinar and you were fortunate to go and find it online. Thanks to Mr. Obina for that great effort. His work has been remarkable. I want to thank Chris, Joy. I want to thank Mr. Langs. Thank you so much, everyone that's been part of this journey. Your contribution has been extremely valuable. I want to thank my wife. She's been very supportive, and our children. Every evening, I'm back from work. There's so much to do. It's third Tuesday again, and then everybody has to know that daddy's online, daddy's having a session, and we have to coordinate. The whole family has been a part of this. It's a joy to see what God has done in these years. My friends from Sierra Leone, from South Sudan, from Mozambique, from UK, from everywhere around the world, I keep running into same patterns, same people, same kind of problems. and God has helped us from here to contribute our little solution. So on this note, we'll be rounding up. I want to say cheers to more years of greatness. The truth is, there's a lot to be done in the area of parenting. There's a lot to be done, but this little light of yours, just light one candle, light one person, light one person, light one person. If we can do that, our nation will be transformed. So thank you for joining. Thank you, Daniel, even though you couldn't speak because of the network. Thank you, Joy. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Langs, again and again and again. I love and celebrate you all. See you in our July edition. Something mighty is happening. We've been doing some medical research as well with another expression of our work called the GMSN, Global Medication Safety Network. And there's a lot to come from that angle also. God bless you. Good night. Bye. See you in July edition. Thank you so much. God bless you. All right. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you. My dear wife, now go to Mickey Bakadamba. How are you? How are you, my dear? How was your day? How are you? Kumfara Bachi. Yes, now I can hear you. That I wasn't hearing you. Actually, Kumfara Bachi. Hello, Treasure. Can you hear me now? How about now? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Hello, dear. Can you hear me now? Hello, can you hear me now? Hello.